I feel there was probably some faster laps there than there was the first time or the last time I went out. So I feel like I'm progressing. We have it not in the race transmission at the moment, so we've not got race level shifting. We just have for the road. So I feel like I'm progressing. What I normally find on race circuits is that from my first time out to my fastest lap, the difference is usually about 10 seconds. Keeping that pressure going on the accelerator, we're going for a sub 2 minute time. That's what we want from this last set of laps, is a sub 2 minute. Let's have a view of the session data while we're coming along to see what that was. Did we get a sub 2 minute? We're leaving the car in automatic. I'm not doing any gear shifting myself at this point. We're going to let the car become comfortable with the circuit. I say let the car become comfortable with the circuit, obviously it's letting me become comfortable with the circuit. Off the brakes at that yellow cone, start to turn in. The apex is about there where those little things are. We accelerate up, brake again, off the brakes at the turning point, and then hit that apex, which is that little orange cone, which you probably cannot see on the camera. Again, we brake and start to turn in on the yellow. The brakes are not that great on the GTR. Now you want to be in a lower gear as you come up there to stop annoying the cars, like this BMW behind me who's getting annoyed because he's saying, this guy is just too slow. And I apologise for that, Mr. BMW. I really do. This is my first time here. Now we can accelerate probably up to here, take off the acceleration, start to brake. Trying to brake gently and then harder, and then you swing the car in to use the momentum of the speed to carry you through the corner. I'm not very good at that. I do, to be fair, whenever I come to circuits, normally I do book tuition for new circuits to make sure I get the most out of it and I'm comfortable. But I haven't done it here. Now already in the race transmission, the car feels actually pretty good. I can see Mrs. Toot up there taking photos. Let's go. Thanks, sir. Right there you feel the acceleration. We're at 100 and yeah. That's the difference between race transmission and road transmission. Now, the Peugeot's let me go, but he's going to regret it because he's not realising how slow I'm going to be on these corners. As we come up, we brake, hit the yellow, start to turn in. Race transmission, actually the car feels so much more lively now. Brakes, yellow, turn, apex, accelerating out. Oh my god, this feels so much better than it did the first time. You see the difference in race, we can get on the gas so much faster. Oh, we've got a red light. We got a red light. What that means is that there's something wrong on the circuit, we need to slow down and come in, the track is going to close. As we go round, just gingerly throttling our way. Oh, yeah, didn't want to do that. Now I was warned specifically to not go over those things today because they will damage the car. Going over rumble strips generally isn't that bad. I mean, you can damage the bearings and stuff if you're not careful, but generally it's okay to hit those strips just a little bit. Let's accelerate more in a second, go to third, up to fourth. We did. Now we're not allowed to overtake here as a straight, but you're not allowed to overtake on this section. That bit up there is Chris's curve, this is gooseneck, just at that turn there, and this is coming around to something else, and I can't remember what it's called, but I think it begins with an M. And as we come around here, we come up to mountain, which is this bit where it's very steep, very blind. Traction control, but we did experience some sort of side-to-side motion of the car, come around some bends. Let's see how this one goes. We've had a cool down. We are in race mode, full on race mode, except for traction control. We will not be adjusting that. Now here I've been braking too early, and I have carried on that trend and braked too early again, but that's okay. We're going to recover it, but back on the accelerator, come around, brake now, off at the yellow, turn in to hit that orange cone, which is your apex, accelerate, brake, off at the yellow, that's the turning point, hit the apex just there, that orange cone, and power our way out. try to push it when you just forget some certain things and just go for it. You forget how much a car can actually do. Because I was coming around there, that felt faster, but you just feel the car just gripping and gripping and gripping and gripping. Now, I don't have standard GTR tyres fitted. I've got aftermarket tyres which are supposed to be better. Supposed to be. According to Litchfield, where I had my work done. And Litchfield are the mecca of GTR tuning and refinement. Up to the yellow cone, off, throttle, on gently, too far into the right hand side of the circuit right now, moving over to the left. Start to brake here as I come up to the yellow cone and then start to turn in at the yellow to meet up with this orange. Hit the brake a little bit there as I come up to this orange and the other apex on the other side. Accelerate out on the right hand side of the circuit, coming down to the yellow cone right here, off, turn in, hit that apex right there, and then accelerate out, down. Let's start to brake now because I am nervous. Oh, I could have braked later still because look at the speed we carry through here. Look at all that. Now we brake, turn in, accelerate, too slow on the accelerator, too slow on it, brake, brake, brake. I feel like I can get the measure of this section. Still can't decide if I should try some manual shifting or just stick with the auto transmission. The auto's doing fine. I've never actually done a track day where I haven't done any kind of manual shifting. So it's really weird for me. Now I'm going to switch into manual gears now. So now manual, we're in third. Accelerate harder, harder, harder. Up to thirds. Up to fourth. Down to traction control. Keep it in fourth. Up to the red line there. Braking, braking, braking. Down to third at this point. Off the brake, just turn in. Hit this apex and apply some pressure here to this little car in front. Accelerating off the brake. Just turning in hard. Coming up behind this little car. Brake, brake, brake. Off. Turn. Still in third gear. We'll apply some pressure here. I should be able to overtake. Getting the indicator up to fourth, into fifth. BMW up in front, slowing down. We'll do one more aggressive lap and then do a cool down, and then that will be us for the day. Accelerate, accelerate. Up into third. Up into fourth. Go to fifth. Let's start to brake now. Drop it down to third gear, turn in, lost too much speed there. Brake, 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 off the brake, turn in, applying the throttle. Dab and brake, off the brake, turn in and throttle again, still in third. As we come round, just all the track over to the left. Up into fourth gear. Up into fifth. Start to brake, down to fourth, down to third, swing the car in. Oh yeah, using the power, so just take advantage of that turn. Dab a brake there as we come into Chris's curve. Moving our way over to the left side as we get wider and wider around that bend. Hit the brake gently here, turn in, hit the apex on the right, turn in, hit the apex on the left. Slight bit of jiggle there as this traction control comes on. Down we come, braking, 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 off the brake, turn in, leaving it in third at the moment. No point going to second. Traction control coming on. Fourth gear, braking, 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 loads of traction control. Third gear, coming up the turn. Second, as we come into mountain, accelerating our way through, up into third, not downshifting this time. Keeping that pressure going on the accelerator. We're going for a sub 2 minute time. That's what we want from this last set of laps, is a sub 2 minute. Second gear, traction control all over the place now at this point. That was slow, that was slow. Second, brake, off the brake, turn in, accelerate, 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 throttle, up to third, up to fourth, up to fifth, start to brake, and we come in for a cool down lap back into automatic mode, turn off the race transmission. And that is that. It felt so much better using manual gears, so much better. The question is, was the lap time quicker? That's the question. Now, it doesn't really matter that much at the end of the day. We're just here to have fun. It's not about breaking records. It's my first time here. I've only driven this car on a circuit once before, and I lack talent, so there's no way I'm going to be ever breaking any lap records anywhere. But I can still go for a personal best. My personal best today has been 2 minutes and 2 seconds up until this session, and every single session I've been using auto transmission. The question is, did switching to manual make a big difference? Let's have a view of the session data while we're coming along to see what that was. Did we get a sub 2 minute? Yes, we did! We got a 1 minute 59 and a half! 156! 155! No, that's the out lap, which means that's definitely going to be slower. 156.9, only just tipping into the 156 there. Manual transmission for the win. Alright, let's park up. We will get Mrs. Toot and we will make our way back to the barn that we are staying in here.